I want to preface, I just wanted to discuss the most quote unquote blatant Pokemon designs, right? Don't send her hate. I just wanted to go over this thread for you guys. I mean no disrespect when I'm screaming and being excited. It's just because me, as someone who's played through, again, all of the generations of Pokemon, as someone who's played through almost every single generation, literally except one, I feel like I'm warranted to criticize and possibly not criticize, but I think I can discuss Palworld designs. I commend her and I appreciate her for going through like about 65 to 66, like 2/3 of the entire Palworld decks right now, just to see the similarities of Pokemon. Again, some of these are going to be a stretch, as you guys are going to see, but some of these are pretty spot on. So afterwards, I'm going to do like a final ranking of like which ones were the most blatant, and then we'll end the video. So I bookmarked a lot of this entire thread, going over all of the pals that got inspiration from Pokemon, right? First one, you can't really defend this, right? You really can't. This is basically Cinderace. This, I can see this is kind of like Bayleaf, but it's like Cinderace like with Bayleaf's like neck, right? Or like Leafeon, or kind of, right? Like I definitely see the inspiration, the thing for like for it to like be pants or whatever. And then the ears are kind of similar. It's not that bad. I don't think it's that egregious, right? I don't think this is that egregious. I really don't think that's egregious. Second one, same yellow eyes, same smile, but completely different body. Like I again think this is a little bit of a stretch. I do understand that they literally just copy and pasted Meowth's face onto this pal, but other than that, they're two completely different designs. I don't think it's that egregious. All right, this was Serpent. I thought this looked more like a Milotic. Like I thought it was very Milotic centered, but I guess they're saying it's superior. Again, I think this is a stretch. Personally, don't think that it's that inspired by superior. I don't think it's that crazy. Like I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think that's crazy. Also, let's rank these. First of all, okay, this is like a 9 out of 10, right? 9 out of 10 ranking. I think there's a lot of, no, let me give it an 8 out of 10 because it's not 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is gonna be 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. But this is like, it's like an 8. I don't think there's anything crazy. Like I think, I don't know. It definitely inspired, but not like 1 to 1. This 7 because it's just the face. Sure, I understand. Listen. I understand. As someone who's played Gen 1 all the way to Gen 9, the only generation I did not play when it came out was Gen 2. But I played Gen 1 on my Game Boy SP. I played both Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Red and Blue, right? I played all 3. I don't know where they are now. They're somewhere. I played Fire Red and Leaf Green, those were my first games. I played Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, all 3 versions of the game. I played through Diamond, I played through Pearl. I did not play Platinum, so I did not get to experience the surfing finally being back to running speed instead of walking speed in Diamond. That's what pissed me the fuck off. Every single time I had to surf, I was like, this is the slowest experience that I've ever had in my entire life. Gen 5, greatest games of all time. Do not argue with me. I don't care. I genuinely do not care. Generation 5 is the greatest generation that Game Freak has ever released. The sprites looked really good. The sprites were super animated. The peak of DS gaming, right? The game was super polished. The story was more mature. The ending was crazy. Iris becoming like Drayden's daughter all the way up to champion in Black 2 White 2. It's just insane, immaculate. Black and White were great. Black 2 and White 2 were also fantastic. I recommend everyone play both games because there's literally nothing similar about it except maybe the gym leaders. That's it. But you get your own different rival in Black 2 White 2. You get a different like area that you start in. Completely different. But the gym leaders are kind of similar, but the story is also different too. So black 2, white 2, immaculate. Gen 6, I hated. Gen 6 the worst gen of all time because that's when it went to 3D. I still haven't finished Pokemon Y. I still have it in my 3DS right there. I'm on like, I think I beat Corinna. Is that her name? Corinne. Sorry, not Corinna. Jesus Christ. I beat Corinne and then I stopped because I didn't like the game, so there's no point in me playing, right? So that's that. Gen 7 I really enjoyed. Alola was fantastic. I got Ultra Moon, played the shit out of it. I would say Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are, sure, they're back-to-back sequels, but Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is the better gen and the better iteration, so I recommend just playing that instead of just Sun and Moon, because Sun and Moon felt really incomplete versus Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon with Necrozma. I think it was really like it felt like more of a complete game. Are they different enough to warrant purchasing both? No, not for me. Right, and then the lack of gym leaders was kind of mid for me. Gen 8 was okay. I liked Galar, but it was right? Also, Gen 4 had Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I did not play through Heart Gold and Soul Silver like when it first initially released, but I played through Soul Silver on an emulator on my phone, and I played through it on my computer as well. Fantastic game, love it. My favorite Pokemon, look at that shit right there. Look at it. My favorite Pokemon comes from Soul Silver and the regular Silver, but Soul Silver obviously is the more accessible game, so that's what I'm going to talk about. Soul Silver was a fantastic game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Anyways, back to the conversation. Mega Aggron. Okay, this is way... It's just Mega Aggron with wings. This is insane. The feet are similar. This is like a 9 out of 10. This is like 1 to 1. This is literally 1 to 1. Giratina's face. Okay. Is something not allowed to have Giratina's face? I don't understand. This is 6 out of 10. Even worse. Garchomp's model, but reminds me of Toxicity. I don't see it. This is a stretch. This is a 4 out of 10. Sivali's, I see it. I see it. I see it for sure. I see the head. I see the Griffin model, right? Savali doesn't have any wings though, so this is like more complete Savali. 7 out of 10. Sobble's fin, stop pointing out very slight, just like, oh, I'm gonna take this from a Pokemon and make it into a completely different. No. Shaman's body, I see it. I see it. I see it. This is like a this is like a 1. This doesn't even make any like fucking sense at all. Legitimately does not make any, legitimately makes no sense. Like, I don't know why they're like nitpicking about that. And the fin's not even the same. It's not even 1 to 1 the same. This was a fuck. Oh, my mom came in. This is a stretch. This is a fucking stretch. This is genuinely a stretch. I can see it. This is like a 7 out of 10. This is like, yeah. Braixen's design. Again, it's a stretch. Oh, it's a Firefox Witch. That's Braixen. I'd say this looks more like Delphox than Braixen. But again, a stretch. Again, a stretch. Genuinely a stretch. 2 out of 10. Wooloo, yes. They both roll. Yes, completely. Very similar. This is literally Wooloo, right? This is not 1 to 1, but this is like pretty similar. I give it like a 9 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10, like complete carbon copy. Complete carbon copy. Complete carbon copy. Like, there's no reason for this to be in the game still. They should have removed this. This is like complete carbon copy. I 200% see it. Gigantamax Eevee. This is an Eevee, right? Cremus is Eevee. Cremus is Eevee. Lycanroc. Yeah, I see it. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10. This is like a 9 out of 10. Natu's theme. An animal. Less so the model. Are you not allowed to get inspiration from the model? Again, I just feel like most of these are a stretch, right? Like, most of these are a fucking stretch. Electabuzz, but also Totoro. Yeah. I give this like a 7. The Flaffy. Not really. That's like a 4. This is an amalgamation of 3 Pokemon. This is my favorite Pokemon ever. This is Dinosaur. I love it. My favorite pal ever. Right? So Meganium's eyes and mouth. Lilligant's flower, and Gujo's body. And it's so cute, bro. You can't not like. I give this a 10 out of 10 because it's cute. Okay, 10 out of 10 because it's cute. Decidueye, this is blatant. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. I tried catching this pal, by the way. It did not let me catch it. I was pissed. I was actually fucking pissed. This is 9 out of 10. This is really blatant. Similar model and stance to ferret. Yeah, but are they not allowed to have ferret Pokemon? I said it's like a 5 out of 10. Lilligant plus Gardevoir. I've never seen this pal, actually. Nope, don't see it. That's a 1 out of 10. Maybe not a 1 out of 10. I give it a 3. Latios. I see it, but I also see I also see Salamence as well. Like, this is Latios plus Salamence. I don't think it's like carbon copy to Latios. So because of that reason, and because she didn't mention it, I'm gonna give it a 5. This is Esper. This is Esper. That is Esper. I give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, looking back on this, I think I would probably give it more like a 7 or 8. I realize the colors are completely different, and yeah, it might be the same model, but I still don't really see that much Esper in it. I think I was just giving this design too much flack for what it actually is. So I'm gonna drop it down to like 7 or 8. Meowstic. I was wondering, I was like, this looks really familiar. I don't think it's a Meowstic though. I don't know whether or not to get. I'll give this a 6. Suicune? No. Maybe the face? Maybe the face, I guess. Lucario. No, this one's Lucario. This looks like shit though. I do not like this body design with the face. I think this is just out of place. Completely out of place. We're almost halfway there. And then I can talk to my friends. Jeez. This is Lucario, except it has hands. But the face is very similar. Face is very, very, very similar. I'll give this like an 8. This is like a 2. Xerneas, the antlers mainly, not so much the face. Xerneas has a more elegant face, and then the entire body, not really. I'll give this an 8, like a 7.5. Cobalion, yeah. Yeah, the antlers are the same color. Yeah, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. Frostmoth, I don't see it. I'll give it like a 3. No. I think this is inspired. No. This doesn't make any fucking sense. No. 1. This is a fucking dinosaur, and this is a mudfish. No. 3. So I have like 4 videos coming out. Ridiculous. No, I don't see this. There's like a 4. Maybe a 5. Maybe a 4. Darkrai? No. Again, most of these are stretches. Like I've maybe okay, the Luxray one was blatant, the Creamus one was the Eevee one was blatant, the Decidueye one was very blatant, and I think other than that, like besides the Dinosaur, everything else has been like most of it a stretch, like genuinely. Gyarados, I can see it. I can see the inspiration with the whiskers too, just getting moved to like the top of the head, the crest of the head being pretty similar to cream colored stomach. Yeah, I would say yeah. Maybe like a 7.5. Alcremie, yes. The strawberry, I give this a 7.5 as well. Except Alcremie is a fucking anthro. I don't know how to say that word. I'm just gonna post this word on the screen. I don't know how to say it, but it's that. And this is a dog, so 7.5. Pansage, I see it. 8. Esper's eyes, again, I hate it when they just take one portion of the eyes and say, oh, this is blatantly ripping off, when it's just one part of the Pokemon or the PAL. Everything else is different. 4. Corviknight theme, plated bird. I see it. I see the theme. I see the theme for sure. Color's different though, but the model is very similar. I'll give this one a 9, actually. I see the theme a lot. Mega Aggron again. I see more like Mega Heracross. This is not Aggron. This is way more Mega Heracross for sure. This is way more Mega Heracross with the way more Mega Heracross. Not really that inspired by Aggron. I can maybe see the Aggron stomach. Everything else, no. Let me give this like a 5. Superior neck pattern and Meganium. Neck pattern? What, these little things? The flower blooming, yes. I can see Meganium inspired, but this is completely different. These are completely different. This is from Superior's neck. I'll give it that. I'll give it that for sure. But I'll give this a 5. Salazzle, yes. Same inspired. Seductive Salamander. Very, very inspired, but not. It's the same theme again, but not the same exact thing. Like, not the same exact thing. So because of that, I give that a 7. Chingling. I don't see it. 4. Vulpix. I did say in my playthrough that this was a Vulpix. I give this an 8. Pretty similar. Emolga. Where? What, the face? This Emolga doesn't have a ribbon. This is a bunny. This is a flying squirrel. Tail's completely different. Eyes are completely different. There's no cheek pouches. Ears are not even that similar. You're gonna say this is Emolga solely based off of face shape. 1 out of 10. Braviary, yes, similar theme, right? Again, it's a very similar theme. Native American bird. That's what I think it's from, right? Native American bird. Native American bird. We'll give this a 7.5. Zoroark and Houndoom. Yes. I was like, this is a very similar mon to Zoroark and Houndoom. I was trying to figure out what it was that was missing. The rib cage, I see it. The horns from Houndoom, yes, I see it. But it has goat hoofs. So are there any goats that are standing on 2 feet? Like a satyr? I don't think we have a satyr Pokemon yet. So I give this a 7. What do you mean more obviously than the previous? The claws, maybe. This face is completely different. It has the same like tuft on its neck. I can't see its feet, so I can't even see the resemblance. I can't even see the resemblance. I give this a 5. That Gyarados 2.0 is sick. That one looks like Norvern. Dude, this person is like completely off on her comparisons. Look at this. And there's like, oh, the eyes of Esper. And I'm like, okay, but it's a completely different design. And this one, she was like, oh, this is Mega Aggron. And I was like, no, this looks more like Mega Heracross. This is way more Mega Heracross than Mega Aggron. And then there was another one that I was talking about up here. She was saying this one's strictly Latios. And no, this one has more of Salamence and then also Lucario. Dude, I'm a Pokemon stan too, but I'm just realistic. I understand when things are inspiration and when things are blatant. Look at this Luxray. Look at this Luxray, Eddie. Where the fuck is the Luxray? This is blatant. This is blatant. This is blatant. Completely blatant. The only thing difference is the ears. Everything else about it, blatant, right? This one, blatant. This one, blatant.
12 sleepless hours later.
Alright, 50, Zebstrika, Electric Horse covered in lightning bolts. Yeah, similar theme, I give it a 7.5. Dreadnought's plated, ready to fight. No, this is like a 5. This, I see Miss Magius's hat. And then the Fakemon. I'll give this one a 6. This is actually pretty similar. Drillbird's model. No. This is a rabbit. This is not Drillbird. I don't see it. I see more of like a Baneri, right? A rabbit, right? Like I see Diggersby, right? I see Diggersby over a fucking Drillbird, right? This is a Bunnelby, bro. Again, the inspiration is wrong because this is a Bunnelby. This is a Bunnelby. This is a Bunnelby with Drober's arms. 5. Thunderous design themes? Sure. I'll give this a 6. Best Sequence design theme? Yeah, I see it. I see this for sure. This is like a 7.5, 7.75. This is like an 8. I see this theme for sure. Very similar theme, you know, like with the men and then the woman queen, the woman bee. Design's completely different though. Best Queen doesn't have a staff. I'll give this a 7. I'll give this a 7. Celery. I don't see the dolphin. I don't see any of Palafin. The eyes are completely different from any of these other eyes. The eyes are completely different. Completely fucking different. I don't think dude, by the time I'm done creating content, the people in this Discord are gonna all be gone and I still would have been deafened. This is so funny. I don't see it. I see a lot of Mantike, but other than that, I don't see any Fione. I don't see any Fione? I don't know how to pronounce that name. I see Mantike, 6. Snorlax's face with the teeth flipped. Do you see any Snorlax in this, Eddie? Where is the Snorlax? The face? What do you mean Empoleon's design theme? It has a fucking... It has a pirate hat. How is this Empoleon? That's Jack Sparrow. That's what I'm saying. 1. I didn't even rank any. Okay, I stopped ranking here. This is like a 6, right? This was a 2. 1. The least amount of inspiration that I've seen since. Ridiculous stretch. Leafeon and Pachirisu, I see it. Okay, I see it. It's right. It's like a chipmunk, but it's also Leafeon. I see it. 7, 6.5. Pikachu's design theme, but it's not Pikachu. This doesn't look like Pikachu at all. If it looked a little bit more like Pikachu, then sure, but this is not even a fucking mouse in my eyes. I don't even know what this is. This is like a Raichu more than a Pikachu. Like electric mouse, I guess. Like 4, 5. Glaceon. Kristen's version of Glaceon. No. 4. Potentially Muna's body. What do you mean potentially? What do you mean potentially? Either you know or you don't know. Either you know or you don't know whether or not this is a Pokemon's body. What do you mean potentially? That doesn't make any sense. I see the eye. 5, 4. Eddie, are you still in here? Do you see do you see any resemblance between these two things? No disrespect, but Cecilia might need glasses. Okay, the only thing I can give her is this tuft. That's it. The only thing I can give her is this tuft. Everything else about this design is blatantly completely different than his shooting Growlithe. Going over the ones that are really blatant, right? This one's pretty blatant. This does look like a Cinderace, right? The ears are a little bit different. This is like inspired by Bayleaf. I don't think it's Leafeon. I think this is inspired by Bayleaf. This is not Leafeon. This is not theme of Leafeon, but this is more Bayleaf for sure, right? So this is like Bayleaf, Cinderace with Bayleaf. And then the pants are very similar as well, except it's just grass, right? That's it. This one was also pretty blatant. It's just Mega Aggron with wings. I see it for sure. 200% very blatant, right? So that's 2. 3, Wooloo, very similar. Very similar. Luxray, blatant. This is the most blatant that I think you can ever get, genuinely. The most blatant that I think you can ever get. Gigantamax Eevee or just regular Eevee, I see that. That's also pretty blatant. Same ears, same face, just cute. Cute fox-like Pokemon, that's 5. Lycanroc, I see the resemblance, right? I can see there was a Power Luxray better. Based. I agree. This is, I forget what this one was called. It was like Dire Hound or whatever the fuck. I don't know what it's called. I see that that's 6. It's an amalgamation, but it's still very accurate, right? The Gudra tail, the Gudra tail right here, Lilligant's flower, and the Meganium's eyes. I see it for sure. So I get that's 7. This is 8. Amalgamation-ish, the Salamence, the things are very similar. Salamence teeth as well. I don't know where this came from. This might have came from like Mega Salamence, but Salamence's feet as well. I don't know if this is blatant enough for me to warrant me changing my fingers to 9. This one, yes, this is Esper. I'm sorry, but this is Esper. This is Esper inspired, Esper design. I see it for sure. Literally same body, literally same model. 9. Lucario, this is blatant. This is pretty similar. 10. Right? Cobalion, I see it. The antlers are the same facial structure. Cobalian's ears are tucked in between its antlers though. Same tuft, except the tuft doesn't start from here. It goes from here to here. And then similar hooves, right? That's 11. Cecilia, I beg you, don't tell me this is Ambrose, please. At 11, this is not a Quagsire. This is a fucking dinosaur. This is a mudfish. I'm getting pissed. I'm getting pissed off. Gyarados, I see it, right? I see it. This is arguably a better design than Gyarados. I'm not even gonna cap. This is way cooler. This is way cooler. Similar, like the fins on its thing, and it's like a big ass like dragon Loch Ness monster fish. That's 12. This one I can see. That's Seadramon for Digimon. You're so right. That is Seadramon. Bro, you know what I used to do? I would go through on Wikipedia and go through all of the different prior forms and next forms of each Digimon, and I would hyper focus on each Digimon devolution. I don't know how to. I would look through each like Digimon evolution, and I would be on Wikipedia for like 6 hours. That's what I used to do to spend my time. I would just go through all the Digimon evolutions. Sure, Alchemy, we'll give this 13. I can see it, except this is a fucking dog. This is a dog. And then this is anthropomorphic cream. Why did I say it like that? 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 I'm gonna say no, because it's not too similar. It's okay, it's a grass monkey. What do you want me to say? This one doesn't sure, we'll do 14. Corviknight's theme, yes, I see it. Okay, unfortunately I see it. We're at 15 now. Vulpix, mostly. I see it. Okay, I see it. I understand. I get it. I see it. I understand. I see it and I understand. We'll be at 16. Braviary, I understand the sentiment. They are both Native American birds. Pretty blatant if you're gonna ask me. That's 17. This one, Leafeon with Pachirisu. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say that. So there are 18, potentially 19 damaging designs to Pokemon in the Power World scene. I just went through all 63 designs and I went over them twice. For me, less than 1/3 of what Cecilia was saying in that thread was blatant. Less than 1/3. So it's like 19 out of like 103 and growing. Say like what, like 20% like blatantly inspired? Yes. If I want to really be picky, I say the Cinderace one, the Lucario one, the Luxray one, the Eevee one, the Gudra Meganium one, the Vulpix one, the Latios one, the Braviary one, the Corviknight one, the Alchemy one, the Esper one. That's 11. Oh, the Decidueye. That's 12. I can even take off 7 and it's even less. So 12 out of 103. again, most of these are a stretch. I understand that there's a lot of people upset that Palworld's like taking away from Pokemon or like blah 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 blah. But I will show you this one by Omni. The Palworld versus Pokemon Discord is so stupid because if you're a true Pokemon fan, you'd want Palworld to be crazy successful so Game Freak will finally get off their thumbs and do something legendary. Competition is healthy. It's a win-win for consumers. I completely agree. I completely fucking agree with what Omni said. I agree with everything because why are we okay with mediocrity since Black 2 White 2? Why have we been okay with mediocrity since the new era of the 3DS, a dead console right now? We have gone through 2 console cycles already. The Switch 2 releases this year, I'm pretty sure. We've gone through 2 console cycles already. We've gone through the 3DS, right? Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and then oh, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was pretty good. I forgot about that game. I forgot about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I forgot about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were not good games. They were really shit. Since the 3DS launched, we have had shit game after mid 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 game. The Switch supports 60 frames per second. So tell me why both Scarlet and Violet, Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Sword and Shield, tell me why they only run in 30 frames. You can't optimize your game better? You can't optimize your game to the point where you can run at 60 frames and make it nice and look nice and make the designs a little bit better, the models a little bit better? You can't do that, Game Freak? You can't do that? Why are they all in 30 frames? I genuinely had to stop playing Scarlet and Violet and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl because it was hurting my eyes trying to play on a monitor that was past 60 hertz. If I was not playing on my TV, the 30 hertz was hurting my eyes because I was playing on too high of a refresh on my monitor. Tell me how that's okay. It's not okay. It genuinely is not okay for Game Freak to continue to release shitty game after shitty game after shitty game, right? Did I enjoy some of the shitty games? Yes. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed Ultra Moon. I thoroughly enjoyed Omega, like Alpha Sapphire. Alpha Sapphire started really slow, but after the 5th gym, after you beat your dad in a gym battle, everything opens up and the game actually progresses the way Sapphire progressed. Because the first like 4 gyms were really slow, even slower than Sapphire. After 5, shit ramps up. You get to fight Omega. You get to fight everyone. Super cool. Ultra Moon had Rainbow Rocket. Super cool. You gotta fight Getsus, you gotta fight N, you gotta fight everyone from the previous bad guys generations. You gotta fight everyone. Team Plasma, you gotta fight Cyrus, you gotta fight fucking everyone in Ultra Moon. I enjoyed it, right? But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna criticize them because I know Game Freak can do better. I know Game Freak can release an amazing game. Legends Arceus was by far the greatest game that they've released since. The greatest game. I understand it was released at 30 frames and I was complaining about that, but it was smoother than Scarlet and Violet. It was smoother than Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It was amazingly optimized. It was beautiful. The games, the new Pokemon Wordeer, the fucking Hisuian Pokemon 2, super cool, right? I loved Arceus. But that doesn't mean Game Freak shouldn't get criticized because these people who keep defending Game Freak and being like, oh, Palworld is like blatantly ripping off designs. I just showed you guys that there's maybe 12 to 20 pals that rip off, that I consider a rip off of Pokemon. Everything else was just inspired to heavily inspired. So with that logic, there's currently, I think, 103 pals right now from my knowledge, right? Until the game like actually releases, they're probably gonna have like over 300. I don't know. I'm assuming that's 12 out of 103 and counting. 12 to 20 out of 103 and counting. That is less than 20% of the pals that you see in game. Less than 20%. Most of these are a fucking stretch, and I think it's doing Palworld a disservice when there's misinformation spread on Twitter. Then again, it's Twitter. Never mind. I just think it does Palworld a disservice because I think everyone should be playing this game. Everyone should be playing this game. It's really fun. It's not as polished as it should be, but it's in the beta, right? Power World is super, super, super fucking fun. All of my friends dropped everything to play Power World. Every single one of my fucking friends have dropped it to play Power World. My IRL friends, my friends from other Discord communities, my other friends that I'm about to meet IRL, but I met through a Discord community like 5 years ago. They've all dropped what they were doing and have played Power World. And if that doesn't mean that Power World is amazing and should be like one of the best games of the year, then I don't know what will be, because Power World is remarkably incredible, and I hate to see it get the amount of hate that it doesn't deserve online. Again, my head's starting to fucking hurt from this, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please discuss down below. Don't yell at me. Don't fucking criticize me. Don't be like, oh, you should fucking word I can't say or else I'm gonna get demonetized. Like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Like, just no pitchforks, please. I'm just very passionate about my games. I'm very passionate about Pokemon, and I'm very passionate about Power World. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I understand the designs were very long, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. I don't know when, but I'll see you guys. Bye!